Hi everyone, today our topic is affordable housing in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, a growing demand. India's city narrative has been the story of metropolitan capitals like Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru and others for some time. These metropolitan centers have historically been the focus of economic activity and have drawn millions in search of jobs and greener pastures. But the downsides of these megacities are starting to become apparent: crammed transport systems, skyrocketing property prices, excessive living costs, and worsening quality of life. On the other hand, Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities are becoming new growth drivers with affordability, space, and opportunities no longer available in metros. The rising appetite for housing, more affordable than in the larger cities, is less a demographic shift than an outright redefinition of urbanization in India. Smaller cities become housing hubs. Second and third tier cities, once relegated to the sidelines of India's economic drama, are now taking Lucknow, Coimbatore, Surat, and even Jaipur and Nagpur and Bhubaneswar are seeing unprecedented growth on the back of infrastructure development, government initiatives, and details that job opportunities galore. Better highways, airports, and rail connections are enabling the cities now to hook up more fully to national and global economies, and this connectivity, combined with a cost of real estate that's much lower than Mumbai, is paving the way for affordable housing projects. Patterns of migration and aspirations concerning lifestyle. There are changes in migration patterns. Previously, most rural to urban migrants migrated directly to metros for jobs in industry, services and trade. But with skyrocketing costs and the pressure of congestion, many are now moving towards Tier 2 and 3 cities. These are cities where there is a happy medium between jobs being available and cost of living quality of life. Investment in infrastructure as growth propellant. Infrastructure is indeed one of the most vital catalysts for affordable housing in both Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. These regions are already more accessible and attractive owing to investments in smart cities, industrial corridors, highways, metro projects, and airports. For example, DMIC on the Delhi-Mumbai route has created housing demand in smaller towns located along this corridor, while regional airports are further aiding connectivity of Tier 2 cities to important national destinations. The problems of affordable housing in smaller cities. As the demand is increasing, affordable homes in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities have their own share of issues. One major hurdle is financing. Developers may have difficulty accessing inexpensive financing for large-scale affordable projects in these areas, and homebuyers might not always have access to low-cost home loans because of a lack of steady income or official documentation. Development and investment opportunities. The future of affordable housing outside metros. The fate of affordable housing in India may soon be decided far from the urban centers. Families, professionals, and businesses in search of affordability, space, and quality of life will continue to move to Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. As the digital economy obviates that requirement for physical proximity to metros, smaller cities will grow into their next self-sustaining hubs of growth. The role of government policies in expanding housing access. The demand and supply factors in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities are influenced by the government policies. Over the last 10 years, schemes such as Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana PMAY, credit-linked subsidy schemes CLSS, and Smart Cities Mission have given a big push to housing development outside metro cities. These efforts don't just make it easier for buyers to get the upfront financing they need, they also incentivize developers to build out in smaller cities. For example, subsidies on home loans under PMA enabled families which could never otherwise afford ownership to move out of rented accommodations forever. Likewise, priority sector lending criteria make it mandatory for banks to lend to affordable housing projects, helping achieve financial sustainability. Even states have led the way, providing stamp duty waivers or tax breaks and a single window clearance system to make it easier for affordable housing projects to take off. These actions combined lower the cost for buyers and developers. Affordable housing, catalyst for local economic development in industrial towns like mine too. We see that affordable housing in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities is not just a social requirement, it's an economic driver. In addition, each housing program created by the fund provides jobs and encourages local industries which lead to consumption of mobility, from laborers to architects to material providers and transport services. Housing projects have a multiplier effect on various sectors. Technology's role in affordable housing expansion. Affordable housing boom in the Tier 2 and 3 cities is taking shape with technology acting as one of the major enablers. Construction methods to digital governance. Tech-driven solutions are simplifying processes and reducing costs while also making a process such as this one more transparent. Developers are adopting prefabricated and modular construction methods more commonly to shorten building time, reduce material waste but not sacrificing quality. These advances enable us to deliver homes faster and more affordably, with a direct impact on affordability. Please subscribe, like and share.